What is poppin', y'all? Nate here, 3-year Amazon FBA seller. Quit my 9 to 5 2 years ago to continue to sell things online that sell every single day. People buy them all the time. I'm able to buy good quantities of them through wholesale, through arbitrage, through brand direct, and yeah, so we're going to go through Sellerboard, which is one of the softwares that I use that tracks your profit and loss. Very good. It does a good job. You put in your cost of goods on all the products that you're sending into Amazon, and it's going to calculate all of Amazon's fees and then spit you out your profit number, spit you out your ROI, kind of everything. It'll calculate returns. It'll calculate inbound shipping costs. It'll factor all that stuff in, so you can kind of get a good idea of what your margin is going to be. So if you spend $50,000 on inventory and you get $100,000 of sales, what's your margin on that? How much ROI are you getting from that $50,000 that you put up to buy inventory? Or if it's $5,000 or if it's $500, like it'll just give you the numbers in real time. And I've been using it for over 2 years. Link in my bio gives you 2 free months to the software. Other than that, if you want to just sign up, it's like $20 a month, and I highly recommend it. I've been using it forever. So yeah, let's dive into this. I'm gonna go ahead and get my drawing marker, and I'm gonna go orange today. All right, what's up, guys? Let's smile because we're gonna look at some money. All right, so here's one product that I send into Amazon every single month. 392 units have sold this month, generating me $19,237 in sales. No promotion on it. I do advertise on this a little bit, so I've spent $12.70 on advertising costs. That's very low, which is good because most of this stuff is already there's already high velocity in a lot of this stuff. So yeah, let's keep going. Refund costs. So this is products that get sent back to me. So $309 get refunded to customers because whatever reason they didn't want the product anymore. It happens a lot. Amazon fees right here, $5,441. Cost of goods, $9,800. Gross profit, $36.73. Net profit, boom. Indirect expenses, I pay a couple dollars every unit to get it prepped, so that's factored in a different. It's not factored in like on a per unit or per SKU basis. It's more like one big chunk at the end of each month is what the prep cost is. Estimated payout $13,488. So this gets about a 2% refund rate. Sellable returns. Of that 2%, 20% are sellable, so my margin is 19%, and then the ROI is 37.49%. So here's the first, product that I list or sell, and we're gonna go through like 14 of these products. So not everyone's gonna be this detailed. I'm gonna go through kind of line by line, much faster moving forward. But yeah, let's check out product 2. Product 2, we had 341 units into Amazon this month, just about $60,000 in sales, $32 advertising cost, refunds almost $1,600, Amazon fees $9,500, cost of goods almost $31,000, gross profit $17,000, net profit $17,000, estimated payout almost $48,000. This is your real advertising cost of sale. I might have got that wrong, but about 0.06%. So I'm spending $32, but that's only 0.06% of like what the sales actually generate. Percent of refunds about 3%. Sellable refunds 50%. So of this 3% that gets refunded to me or returned, so that's great. Margin 29%. ROI 57%. Really good product. You don't find a whole lot of these, but when you do, you got to buy a lot of them. Next product. Okay, we sent in 167 units this month, or not even sending in. This is how many I've sold this month. So I could have sent in like 400, but we have 167 sales, which resulted in just about 21,000 in sales. $0 promotion, advertising costs $4.46, refunds $375, Amazon fees, $6,433. Cost of goods, $11,690. Gross profit, about $2,300. Indirect expenses, 0. Net profit, $2,300. Estimated payout, $13,945. Again, 0.02% of the sales is how much I spend on ads. So it's minuscule. Percent of refunds, 2.4%. Sellable returns, 16%. So not a lot of these returns are sellable, which you still get reimbursements on that. Make sure you're staying on top of that. In Seller Central, you can kind of look at the refunds and your reimbursements, making sure you're getting reimbursed when applicable. Margin 11%, ROI just under 20%. So not as high as the other ones, but still very good. You make good money selling this every month on Amazon. FBA. All right, next one. $19,000 in sales from 150 product or units sold this month. Almost $20 in ad spend. Refunds, about $520. Amazon fees, about $3,000. Cost of goods, $12,080. Gross profit, $3,450. Net profit, $3,450. Estimated payout, $15,294. This ad spend is 0.1% of the sales. As you can see how it's like correlated. That's about 0.1%. Refunds about 4%. Sellable returns 42%, almost 43%. Margin 18%, very good. ROI 28%, another good product. Let's keep going. 252 units sold this month, producing over $70,000 in sales revenue. Advertising costs $17. Refunds $244. Amazon fees just under $10K. Cost of goods just over $39K. Gross profit $20K. Net profit $20K. Estimated payout about $60K. Now our ad spend on this, again, 0.02%, very small. Refunds, very, very small as well, 0.4%. Margin, almost 30%. ROI, 53%. Another great product, making money all the time. So I hope this is kind of explaining kind of what all this stuff means. This is all on Sellerboard. We're going to make another video. If you haven't watched it already, go watch it. If you have, then you can kind of it just reiterates what each one of these things is on Sellerboard. And the cost of goods is the one like input you make yourself, because you can't tell that. You're not telling Sellerboard what the fees and refunds and all that stuff is. This is all just stuff pulled from Amazon, and all of this as well. So this is your only input right here. Input. You put in how much you're spending on your goods, cost of goods. Please, I hope you're being accurate, because you should be. Anyways, 186 units, 41,000 in sales, $10 in ads, almost $1,000 in refunds, almost $15K Amazon fees. My cost of goods was just about $16K, resulted in almost $10K profit. Very, very low ad spend as a percentage of the sales. Percent refunds, almost 3%, pretty good. Margin 23, ROI 61%. Very, very good. Making good money here. Boom, 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 boom. Dollar bill, y'all. All right, next one. 108 units, $4,777. That's good luck, so check that off. Advertising costs $6. Refunds $11. I don't even know if that's a unit that I even got refunded. They might have just got a percent refunded. Maybe it was like a late shipping. Sometimes, like with FBA, if you're entrusting Amazon to ship your stuff in a timely fashion, sometimes customers can complain that it has been delivered in a timely manner, and Amazon will just give them some money. This is potentially one of those instances. Anyways, Amazon fees $1,250. Cost of goods about $2,700. Gross profit about $800, a little less than $800. Net profit a little less than $800. Estimated payout $3,400. Sellable returns 100%. That's really good. And less than 1% are returns. Margin 16%. ROI 28%. This is like also very good. Moving forward, $8,900 in sales from 104 units this month. Advertising cost $17. Refund cost $311. Amazon fees $1,700. Cost of goods $5,100. Profit, most important thing, boom, $1,600. Payout $6,800. Ad cost only 0.2%, also very good. Percent of refunds less than 4%. Margin 18. ROI 32. Now, you guys, if you made it this far, are seeing a lot of like really good products. We're gonna keep going through and doing more really good products, but there are some products that you lose on, and I'll make a video on products that I lose on. Won't be in this video because we like to stay positive, but let's keep moving. Okay, about 25K sales from 107 units. Let's see. Margin is about 19%. Very good. ROI almost 32%. Also very good. Had a refund. Cost of goods. Another good product. So here we go. 93 units on this one. About $9,200 in sales. Refund cost. Pretty good chunk. So this one has a 15% return rate. So this is something that you have to analyze and be like, all right, maybe I shouldn't sell this as much. But keep looking at it, and you see that 33%, so a third of this, so 5% of those refunds, or yeah, 5% of the 15% can be sold again, which is really good because otherwise it's going to get sent back to me or it will get disposed of, and that costs money. But if it gets sent back to me, then I can probably sell it again on eBay or Walmart, different avenue, or at the retail store. Margin, we're still at 18%, which is another indicator, like even if it's a high return rate, that your margin, if it's still above 10%, that's still a win. That is definitely still a win. ROI 35%, really good. Next, 71 sales, $10,000 in revenue, low ad cost, low return rate, $1,600 Amazon fees, $6,000 cost of goods, $2,000 gross profit, 20.5% margin, and almost 35% ROI. Pretty good. Check that. 56 units sold this month, about 3,100 in sales. Scroll down, about 46% margin and 172% ROI. Now, this is something that I probably don't get a lot of if I only have 56 units, but that is a huge win right here. Whenever you get the opportunity to buy some stuff that's more than 100% ROI, you got to go all in and buy it all. Next, 48 units, 2,500 in sales. Lovely, $100 refunds, which is only 4%, which is really good. Margin 31%. ROI 82%. W's in the chat. W's. Alright, let's keep moving. 48 units, 6,100. As you can see, this is like these are like my lower sales volume products that are just wicked high ROI. So you just don't get a lot of them, but whenever they come across your desk, whether it's from a VA that's been sourcing for you, an email from a company that is running a sale, or there's holidays coming up where you can find really good arbitrage items, you gotta just like pull the trigger on this stuff. Like cost of goods right here for 48 units is $2,400, and out of that $2,400 you make about $1,800. So the ROI is 75%, and your margin is almost 30%. So this is another W in the chat. Boom. We love this stuff. That's a heart. Don't make fun of me. Okay, next. Hold on. Another one with 48 sales. That's interesting. But $6,400 in revenue. Cost of goods about $4K. Gross profit about $1,200. Margin 18.9%. ROI 30%. W. Let's find another W. 40 units. Cost of goods about $2K. Net profit about $1K. Margin 25%. ROI almost 50%. W. Win. That's what we want to do in Amazon, because There's so many times that products can suck, but when products win, you need to double down, triple down, quadruple down on it. Okay, next. 47 units sold this month, $3,200 in sales. Cost of goods, $1,900. Gross profit, about $700. This is an interesting one. There's 0 refunds, and 33% of the refunds are sellable. I don't know about this. Could be just a fluke, or it could be pulling from the previous month. I don't know. But this is, I'll have to hit up tech support. I'll have to hit up Elon for this help. Margin 21%, ROI 35%, W. Okay, 45 units, $1,900, 22% margin, 48% ROI, W's in the chat. Come on, guys. We got wins all day long, and that's what I want everybody to be doing as well. You on the camera, you watching this, get yourself a win today. Whatever it is, you tied your shoe, that's a win. You made a sale on Amazon, that's a win. 34 units sold, $960. Cost of goods, $510. Estimated payout, $590. So you're profiting about $125. And that's because we had some reimbursements, I believe. Not totally sure, but $125 profit. There's a phone payment. There's, insurance payment on the car, whatever. Percent of refunds, 12%. Sellable returns, 50%. Margin, 13. ROI, 24.68. Wonderful. Next, 27 units right here. $3,200 in revenue. Boom, boom. 16% margin, 24% ROI. W in the chat. You're making 24% return on investment, return on inventory, return on cash, basically, or credit. If you're using credit and you're making 24% every month, that's pretty amazing. Next, 28 units, $5,556 in revenue, $13 ad cost, about $1,000 in Amazon fees, $3,360 in cost of goods, $1,200 gross profit, which is 22% margin and 37% ROI. W in the chat. W's. Then that's it. All right. So we just went through about 16 of the products that I sell on Amazon. These are some of the better products for sure, but nonetheless, there's so many of these, and you can get so many W's every single day. W every day. Thank you. Boom. And these are the real numbers behind some of these Keepa charts that were in one of my previous videos. So like I said, Sellerboard, get yourself a copy of that. It's $20 a month. It's super, super worth every dollar. And, start tracking your profit, because that's the most important thing with business in general. You can have these ROIs and everything. You do all the calculations, but until you put money in your pocket, you're able to buy things. You're able to invest that money, grow your wealth. That's the difference of so many people, that if you just spend all your money, you're not going to have anything to show for it if that thing ever ended. If Amazon ever went away, which it won't, but you never know. Your account could get shut down for some stupid reason. You want to be building wealth along the way, and that's what we're doing here, and that's what we're trying to show. So yeah, follow along, give me a like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Follow me on all the socials, and hit me up if you have any questions that are more personal than what we discussed here. All right, peace.